What's up everyone, welcome to the Like Sneaker channel and thank you for tuning in. For first time viewers, my reviews are based on me rating the following categories and scoring them out of 10. And I will provide on-feet footage, sizing, resale predictions and my overall feelings towards the sneaker. For the past couple of years there has been a massive wave of popularity for New Balance sneakers, especially with their iconic grey 990 series. I too was caught up in the grey smoke and had my heart set on a pair of 990 V5. However, after second thoughts I've opted for the New Balance 992 GR and I'll explain why. The 992 was previously reserved exclusively for the USA market, which is now available to the European continent. Originally debuted in 2006 for the brand's 100th anniversary, the sneaker marked the second installment of the company's 99X series. The 992 models enjoyed their first ever retro run throughout the 2020 after being discontinued in 2010. The Silhouette's classic grey option sold out almost immediately upon re-releasing in April 2020 at a recommended retail price of £200 British and $175 US. I've purchased my pair from men's fashion website with a discount of £180, which I was super stoked considering the grey 992s in my size are sold out almost everywhere. The 99X series was undoubtedly ahead of its time when it made its debut, but it truly found its footing almost 2 decades later in 2001 when a co-founder of Apple, the late Mr. Steve Jobs, adopted the grey New Balance 991 as part of his tech god uniform. Then in 2007, Steve Jobs took to the Apple keynote stage to unveil a product that changed many of our lives forever, the iPhone, in a pair of New Balance 992s. A new era of tech and non-ironic dad shoe phenomenon was born. The 992 quickly became Jobs' favourite sneaker. Rumour has it the Apple boss even had a hand in the model's early design, reportedly sharing a sketch of his ideal sneaker with New Balance chairman Mr. Jim Davis. We will likely remain in the dark on that mystery, but it was those all-important details that make its release so significant. It was the most expensive 99X model when it debuted in 2006, and it was loved by collectors and dads until it was discontinued in 2010. For concept, I will score this an 8. No surprises, the grey 992 comes in the standard NB grey box with no additional set of laces. The label product reads code M992GR, UK size 10.5, US size 11, Euro 45, 29 centimeters and made in the USA. I will give this a modest 5 out of 10. The sneaker features a slightly sportier shape than its New Balance 991 predecessor, but boasts a shape bulky enough to be widely synonymous with a dad shoe. Starting from the toe box and toe cap, this is primarily constructed using a combination of grey mesh stripes of dark grey leather and grey premium suede. The eye stay is constructed in 2 parts of grey suede, which is sandwiched between the dark grey leather eye stay. For the eyelets, there are 6 eyelets on each side. Here we have white flat tonal laces. Underneath the laces we have the base of the tongue, which is constructed out of mesh, and for the upper part we have a felt-like material to reinforce the tongue with the wording New Balance and lettering N embroidered on it. You see the lettering 992 attached to the window of the tongue in white. On both the lateral and medial sides, we have an underlay of the premium grey suede on the body panelling and different cuts of the same leather and mesh used on the toe box. On the midfoot area, we have a small New Balance signature logo in reflective 3M outlined in white leather. Moving towards the collar, we have the same base of mesh and leather, but also with a little piece of 3M with the 992 printed on it. Majority of the heel quarter, we have the same grey suede with an open eye-shaped window, with the wording USA to confirm this model was specifically made in the USA. For the heel seat we have a translucent TPU which have the New Balance branding on it to give the back heel protective support. The top liner of the padded interior is fabric lined in grey colour to give it a balanced look. For the insoles, these come in a typical grey New Balance insole which is printed with NB Classic. The whole shoe sits atop a full-length chunky absorbed midsole which there are 2 tonal shades, the back in rubber grey and the front in white with a sleek ingrained pattern throughout. At the bottom of the heel, the 992 incorporates the absorbed SBS cushioning and is also strategically placed on the forefoot section within the midsole. The outsole is predominantly in black colour rubber, with strips of grey on the forefoot and near the heel, along with the New Balance logo and 992 branding in the midfoot. All in all, it is a clean design in a classic NB signature colourway. I know there may be a few people out there who don't particularly like this stocky silhouette, but personally for me, the chunky aesthetic gives it a sturdy feel which reminds of a solidly built tank that I find visually appealing. I quite like the padded tongue, and I think they've got a perfect balance being an athletic footwear and a cool dad shoe. I will score this an 8.8. The updated iterations stay true to the 2006 original, but there are a few small differences in its construction. A lot can happen in sneaker tech in 14 years. Most notably, the absorbed insole was swapped for an ultra-light sock liner without impacting overall quality, and I have to say the sneaker feels top-notch. The suede and leather throughout the upper do feel like it is constructed with premium materials. I will give this a 10. The New Balance Made in USA line is widely renowned for its craftsmanship and deemed to be made with the utmost attention to detail. Fortunately for my pair, there are hardly any flaws or loose stitching, no issues at all. I will score this another perfect 10. Now let's move to some on-feet footage. With regards to sizing, I understand everyone's foot and shape are unique. What I have done is I've measured my foot physically, and I have provided you a simple guide on how I've measured my foot and my measurements, and you can pause and view this guide in your own time. Hopefully this will provide you a better clue for viewers who are typically UK size 10 or US 11 or EU 45 towards the fitting of the sneaker. So my feet physically measures 28.1 centimeters lengthwise, and I have flat-footed contour. To give you some indication, my standard Nike and Jordan sizes is UK size 10, and because I had physically tried on the New Balance 327 and the 990 V5 before, I would say my ideal size for New Balance measurements is UK 10.5, which is equivalent to US 11 and EU 45. Therefore, I went ahead and ordered online a UK 10.5 without trying on the 992 silhouette due to the high demand. I've seen many online sneaker reviewers suggest to go down half a size, as the 992 offers a bit of room at the toe box, and to some extent which I do agree, but personally for me this is marginal, and I feel that if I went down half a size, my feet would be compressed in terms of lengthwise. Therefore for me, true to size fits me better, and I would suggest if you have wide feet you can stick true to size. This category is where New Balance is widely renowned. I had opportunity to take these pair out for a long adventure abroad, which consists of lengthy town walks, driving and hopping on a choppy speedboat cruise. And I have to say I'm quite impressed with it, as previously my feet would get quite tired easily. Though I still felt tired, I can feel I can still carry on walking with these. It doesn't offer the cushioning bounce like the Adidas Boost or the Nike Overbreak, but I feel my feet are nicely padded and it offers firm support. Funny enough, I feel these are more like walking shoes rather than sneakers. I will score this a 9. The 992 was originally created as a running shoe, but these are now considered as a lifestyle statement, and there is nothing wrong if you want to run with them, but may have to consider them carefully because of their chunky size, as these are much heavier than other specialized running shoes out there. In a practical sense, these are adaptable with any type of fashion genre because of their great outlook and styling. There are a lot of content creators and fashionistas in providing how to style yourself with wearing the 992s. All in all, this is really a versatile pair of sneakers in terms of practicality. I'll score this a 9.5. For those who are in the know, the resale value of the recent 992 collaborations are seriously crazy. Just to name a few, the Joe Freshgoods No Emotion is Emotion is valued at around £1,200, Double Taps is £1,000, so how does the 992 Grey compare with those? For the time being, these don't carry a high resale value. The value is surprisingly still near the recommended retail price of £200. This is in high demand, but it doesn't mean there is a shortage because New Balance and major retailers have been restocking in the UK as we speak. Also, another factor is there are a lot of choices for grey coloured New Balance footwear across all its silhouette. Therefore, people might opt for those instead. I would foresee once the restocking comes to a halt, the resale value will probably increase over £250, which will only make a tiny profit, but will not be surprised if they increase beyond £300 over a couple of years, pending restocking. Please note these are purely based on my personal predictions. For all New Balance and grey enthusiasts, and for me, I rate the 992 very highly, not just because it is connected to Steve Jobs, but what really swayed me to choose the 992 over the 990 V5 was the versatility and the shape. It is also comfortable for flat-footed people, in which I was surprised that my feet could continue to walk despite my legs being tired. I would say these are like sporty walking shoes and probably one of the best dad shoes out there. Perhaps the minor thing is the weight of these. It's not the lightest running shoes. Therefore, if you want lighter and fluffier footwear, then these are not for you. Understandably, the price tag is on the upper scale because it was purchased in the UK, but this is also reflected in the materials and cushioning technology used on these. I'm glad to add the grey 992 to my rotation, and they have now become one of my go-to sneakers for everyday use. And to conclude this review, I'm going to give it an overall score of 9.7. I would love to know if you would choose the 992 over the 990 V5, or even have both in your collection. And I'm particularly interested if you have any sizing issues with the 992. Please feel free to leave your comments below. Many thanks for watching this review and making it this far. I would greatly appreciate if you can use a few seconds of your time to share some love in hitting the like, subscribe, and to share this video and channel. As always, I will bring you more interesting sneakers for reviewing. 992 graying out.